Keep arms down and head back and hold on.
So, we're back. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday Thanksgiving. Well, everybody in the U.S. anyway. I mean, if you celebrated Thanksgiving outside of the U.S., hopefully you had one too.
Yeah, don't forget all the bases there, Bob.
Yeah, we'll cover it all. It's been a long couple weeks. The good news is my throat my chest is finally starting to clear a little bit. I still have a cough, but there's some improvement. That's been good. But Greg and I got to go to Pinball PA right before Thanksgiving. I took my niece and nephew, and
I actually beat him twice.
Shh.
Of course, it was fluke, but
yeah. But how did he do a pinball? That's the question. That's just some rage, right?
How'd Circus Voltaire go, Greg? How was that one?
Oh, what was that one? I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, conveniently forgot that one. My nephew walks by. Are you still playing that? And Greg's like, he hasn't let me on the machine.
I know. He just kept going and going and going on this ride. I was like, pull the battery off of that Energizer Bunny, man. He's just not stopping.
I actually, I kind of wish it was a tournament because I was having a really good night.
Yeah, you were.
Except for when Greg first showed up. Because literally, okay, so I was there with my niece and nephew earlier, and then Pam and Greg joined like after work, so like around 5-ish. But at that point, me and my niece and nephew just kind of were like, okay, let's take a break, go get a drink, a snack, and we're sitting at the tables, and in walks Greg, and I'm like, Greg, you're just in time for snack time. And he's like, I was expecting you to come in and see you just like dripping sweat, working hard on a pinball machine. And I'm like, well, you got the wrong time. But then I'm like, okay, we'll go play now. And then he beats me the first game.
pretty badly too.
Yeah, and it was one of my favorite machines too, which was even worse.
Well,
Monster Bash.
Admit, it was pure luck and not skill.
No, I just did. I am a very inconsistent player, but yeah, I had I put my initials in a couple machines that night.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you got a couple high scores.
Yeah, and my nephew, unbelievably, there's a game called Ice Cold Beer that you just have two joysticks, and it is basically a rod, and the two joysticks just go up and down, and you basically control a rod going up and down, and you have to try to keep it level, but like there's a ball on that rod that's going to drop into holes, and you have to maneuver the ball around the holes to get it in the hole that it's supposed to go in. And he actually beat the game. Well, beat the whole thing. I guess it starts over and then goes faster, and then it's one of those like never ending games. But like he cleared the board, which in talking to the person that owns a lot of the games at the league location I play at, he owns one. And he's never been able to do it. And I found out, and he says that the newer ones, the new production ones, are much easier than the old ones. And the one at Pinball PA is actually the old version. So, yeah, It was impressive, and I it's so funny. Like I watched LJ just everybody has these tricks of like where they like corner it. They put the ball in the corner and go up and then move it to the other corner and try their best to keep it on a corner so that they're not like trying to balance it. And he just balances it the whole way up and just moves it back and forth. I don't know how he does it. I really don't know how he does it. It's pretty amazing. But
wow,
yeah, it was a fun night.
It's the youthful reflexes he can have.
I guess.
Well, at least going there and then telling another friend about it. She's got a Christmas present for her boyfriend all lined up. She's going to take him there because apparently he used to own 3 pinball machines, and he decided he had to sell them because he's also a really excellent woodworker, makes furniture and such. And he wanted to expand his shop, so the pinball machines had to go. And she gave me a list of 5 or 6 to look for at the place, and they had all but one of them there.
Yep.
So she's going to take him there for Christmas.
That's a good idea.
Present. Yeah.
nice.
It's such a great place. If you ever get stuck at the Pittsburgh airport for something, it's not far from the airport.
That's true.
It's called Pinball PA, and it's one of those places where you just pay admission and then everything's on free play. And yeah, it's a really great location. I love it too because it's like they have a handful of the new pinball machines, but they have mostly the era that I really like a lot of the 90s Williams games, which are by far my favorite. A lot of Data East and Bally and like Bally.
They also have a lot of the old
and then,
video
yes.
games going back to Centipede.
Yes, a lot of video games
too.
Yes, a lot of those.
Yeah.
A lot of the old shooters that like aren't even video shooters. They're like mechanical, electromechanical shooters, and like just a lot of really unique games. They have a bowling game that's like a shuffleboard table that I swear to God is the most addicting thing. You just keep sliding this thing down the lane and you just don't want to stop. It's just so addicting. And a lot of the old electromechanical pinball machines, a really, really good lineup of the classics, like just really good lineup. Yeah, I love the place. It's a really great place to go.
Yeah, it's a lot of machines. It's a big space. In fact, it kind of feels funny for me to go there because this same building, the same space, was where we took my daughter to take gymnastics lessons when she was a little girl, and they turned it into a pinball. So it gives you an idea. It used to be a gymnastics gym, and now it's pinball. So it's not a small place. There are lots of machines. It
had to at one point be a grocery store because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know how long ago that was, but that's just what it like. Looking at it, it's in a strip mall, and it's like one of the bigger stores in the strip mall, and it just has that feel. It just has that feel of an old school like Bilo. If you remember Bilo in the Pittsburgh area, it has that feel like the old grocery stores. Anyway, this is Side Friction Podcast. It's episode 107 for December 6th, 2025. I'm Bob.
I'm Greg.
I'm Ryan the Red Mechanic.
And we've got quite a whole bunch of stuff and random stuff. We're going all over the place. I think we're talking about every major chain here.
Which is good.
Yeah. But of course...
That's good. I like that randomness because it keeps things light.
Light. I think that depends on the content.
That's
not the
That's
subject. So let's start out with the thing that happened right after we recorded, basically. And then I had to sit on it for 2 weeks without
commenting.
And I still don't know what to think. I don't know what to expect. I mean, if you listen to this show, you know that like I have high regards for what Palace has done since John Riley came in and became CEO of that company, and how much like Kennywood has improved, Idlewild has improved. I mean, I haven't been to Sandcastle, but I've seen pictures and heard things about how it's improved. I've heard stories about Adventureland improving. Lake Compound's a touchy subject. There's too much steel track on wooden coasters. Yeah. We'll hold off on that.
Put that in the back burner for now.
But even Dutch Wonderland is approved, although there is a little bit of steel on a wooden coaster. I don't like that, but
well, at least it's an insignificant part.
Yeah, it's in a weird, dumb location. Like, why the hell would you do it? Anyway, for the most part, like, Palace has really improved their parks drastically. And John Riley was at the helm, and he clearly was listening to people. And like, I remember whenever literally 2 weeks after he joined Palace, he was actually at Coaster Bash in Pittsburgh, which is a non-riding Ace event. And this was like his first thing he did. He barely knows anything about the company. And Nick Paradise was up first presenting for Kennywood. And somebody asked Nick about the season passes and how, like, they don't work here. It's so random and weird. And then, like, 2 speakers later was John Riley. And I swear to God, he got up on stage and he said, first, let me just put this out there. Next year, the passes will work. They will be changed, and we will have a working pass system. He said, I'm promising you that right now, I will be taking care of this. And sure enough, the Platinum Pass was born, and everything, he changed it. And it was in that moment, like, he heard the frustration of people with how the passes were working, and he saw that, and immediately he's like, okay, job one. I've already found something, and he did it. He, like, right off the bat, he did it.
Yeah.
Before that, he worked wonders for SeaWorld. John Riley's amazing. But
is he amazing enough to fix this massive pile of
whatever? I don't think it's okay. So Six Flags has announced that they have appointed John Riley as the new CEO, replacing Richard Zimmerman. Bye, Zimmerman. Normally, I'd say we'd miss you, except we're not. Just go away. But, like, I know that John Riley has the ability to do this, but I also know where Six Flags is. And the fact that Matt Ouimet left, and he said as much, he didn't say it at the time, but he has said now, he left because he knew all of this was coming. And he did not want to be part of what people wanted to happen. So that makes me wonder if John Riley's going to be stuck in that same position of, like, he wants to make things better, but everybody around him is like, no. Shareholder.
That's my fear for him. However well-intentioned and competent he is, he's going up against a corporate culture and massive amounts of debt and this, that, and the other thing that one man may not be able to change. You were going to say something, Ryan?
Well, I was going to say is I'm excited for this because the CEO that was in charge of Six Flags, it wasn't the right person for the job. No. The CEO that was in charge of Cedar Fair was not the right person for the job. And I have nothing against those two people individually. But the thing is that when you combine those two companies and you came up with this huge, massive company at the end and combined everything, the answer was not to turn the reins over to one of those two people. It was actually to kick both of them out and find a third person that runs a new company, because that's what it is. It runs a new company from a new perspective with new ideas. And if this person has a backbone, which is probably the reason that they latched on to him, then you're going to have the people sitting there, Bob, just like you're saying. It's like, oh, shareholder. And he's going to have to stand up and put his fist down on the table and say, shut up. Yeah. You hired me for a reason. As the kids say, let me cook. and the company's going to have to sit back and grit their teeth and just say, agree. Say, let the guy cook and just let him do what he was hired to do. And then, you know what? If it doesn't work out, then you pin everything on him. Like, this doesn't, but clearly, I mean, the way they're going, they're pile driving it into the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So as long as he doesn't pile drive it faster into the ground, but unfortunately that perception, in my opinion, that's what it's going to look like. And that's just the perception from the outside in. It's going to look like he's accelerating it.
And but
in reality, it's turning around.
I think that's the other thing that he's up against is Six Flags has already hit that point that in record time, might I add, that people have just kind of said, we give up. Like, we're just like, we've written you off. Like, I think there's so many people. This isn't just a Thursday thing. This is like general public. All of the above have kind of written Six Flags off to some degree and basically said, like, we're not expecting it, other than the whole Travis Kelce. Oh my God.
Pomp and circumstance out front.
So I think that's the other thing is he's going to have, because I mean, I'm excited for John Riley to come in, but this is just happening. I'm still not going to renew a pass for Six Flags for 2026. I have no interest in it. And that's where this problem comes. Once you get to that point, how are you going to show me that you're getting better? Because I'm not willing to spend money to go visit to see. You've kind of lost me. So now I have a lot of respect for John Riley, so I will, I'm going to have more of an open mind and say, like, okay, well, there's potential for things turning around, but a lot of people don't know. A lot of people, most of the enthusiasts don't even think highly of John Riley at Palace because Palace didn't add any new coasters. And like, that's what they were upset about. Like, why did, nobody sees that, hey, Steel Curtain ran all year. Like that, Riley comes in and he says, listen, we're done band-aiding this thing. We're going to shut it down for a year. We're going to fix it right. And guess what? It opened and it ran. Nobody sees that. Everybody remembers Steel Curtain as that monstrosity that didn't work. But like, no, John Riley put his foot down and said, look, we're fixing this. It has to be fixed, end of story. But I still hear people like, oh, they should just tear down Steel Curtain. No, it's good now. Like, it's running. There's no reason to do that. Or, people haven't taken the time to see like all of the painting and all of the TLC that's gone on at the park, which is exactly what those parks needed.
Yeah. Yeah. And definitely the, he's got his eye on that other part of the equation, which is where the shareholders and stuff, they're all looking at the first part of the equation, which is big capital installs. What's our capital investments? What are we doing? All the capital. It's like, well, that's good, but that's a small portion of an amusement park. The rest of that is what the actual park is. What's the rest of the park doing? And it's a smaller things that you could focus on. It's paint on buildings. It's repairing walkways and doing things that's guest perception stuff. When you know what? Guest perception stuff is cheap. It is cheap. That's the stuff. I mean, that ride doesn't look maintained. Why? Because the paint's faded. It's like, okay, so put some paint on it. Is the ride maintained any better? No, but it's painted now. Guest perception says, it's like brand new. It's awesome.
Well, it's like last weekend. I spent Good Friday with some friends at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. What was my big takeaway from that? How bad the food was. The shows were great. That's what we went for. And of course, the atmosphere that they put on with Christmas Town and, weather wasn't bad. Well, the temperatures were high enough. The rides were running, all of that sort of thing. And got our first ride on Big Bad Wolf's Revenge. And thought it was a really good family ride and surprised by how much theming and all that stuff was done on it. But the thing that I remember now is that it was some of the worst food I've ever had. That was the thing that sticks. Just like you're saying, it's more than just the capital investment in rides that people remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it than rides. And
Yeah.
well, and see, that's the other thing too, is like there's this, Six Flags is kind of on this like, oh, well, we can't make any major capital improvements or stuff but the reality is that's the only reason for chain parks is major rides. That's why we go to chain parks. I think most of us would rather go to independent parks, but we're never going to see Millennium Force or Kingda Ka or any of those types of rides at Knoebels or Waldemere. I wish we would, but
Right. Yeah, you're not going to have a small mom and pop type park step up and be like, look, we're putting in a $43 million project this year. It's nope, they're not going to do that.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. I think Six Flags is also kind of going to be stuck in this identity crisis of what are we? I mean,
right.
Especially when you get down to how many parks are they going to sell and
I'd like to be a fly on the wall.
Oh God, I would too.
The decision, even just the thought process behind bringing John Riley on board. Why him in particular? Is it because he's done such a good job of upgrading the general everything of the parks at Palace, and are they going to give him the free rein to do that, or what? Because I think he can. I've seen it work the other way around, where a company I used to work for, the CEO was great. Everybody loved him. And he insisted on being first name with people. And you might meet him for the first time and not see him again for 2 years. And he would remember your name and the conversation you had. I've experienced it myself. It was amazing. But he left. And immediately the company went on a downslide. So I've seen that, one person can make a difference, but this was at a company where they were already growing and on top of things, and it slid down. I don't know if one person's going to be able to take something that's already at the bottom and pull it up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did Kennywood, but
that's a different scale.
But yeah, it absolutely is.
And they weren't millions of dollars in debt to start with.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to get. With regards to that, my hope is that he will understand the whole image thing and not pull a Six Flags America and go and try to sell the parks. If they believe that this park is a park that has to go, they try to sell it to another operator rather than just shutter it like Six Flags America.
Yeah.
I wonder if he has. I'm not thinking power to veto that decision at all, but I wonder if he came back in stating, that wasn't. You guys made a wrong decision, because that was done before him. Just
right.
Flat out that was the wrong decision. Why did we let an asset go? That wasn't the right thing to do. And I'm sure the bean counters are right there as they normally are. Oh, look, you said $1.75 a year on that one. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Gotta, like you say, you gotta take care of that equation. Capital installs are awesome, but when you're competing against mom and pop parks, then you better be better than mom and pop parks.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, then you're only better than in one little slice of the equation. That's it.
Yep.
That means that people are only going to buy a single day pass to go to your park to ride the big ride. And then they're going to buy a season pass to the smaller parks to go there to go back for that environment and that home feeling that the people want.
When I go to Knoebels, I don't even care if I get on that many rides. Yeah, of course you got to get on Phoenix. But other than that, just the whole atmosphere of it and interesting food choices and reasonably priced and on and on and on, such that you just enjoy being there.
Yeah.
But that's not true for a lot of the chain parks.
No,
Right.
I would gladly go back to Knoebels and spend all day there, probably multiple days there, and just like you said, yeah, I don't care if I get on rides. That's not a big deal. It's like I would just love to spend more time there. More what? More money? Not necessarily. More rides? Not necessarily. Just more time. Mm-hmm. I just want to spend more time at that park because it was a great park.
Yeah, even I don't need it. I just need a tiger tail and sit in a seated fascination, and we're good.
You're good.
Yeah, I'd actually, okay, I'm going to rephrase mine. I need more time to explore the food there because that was one thing I did not explore was the food because we are on such a tight schedule.
Yeah. Well, now you know next time you come back that way.
Now I know.
Plan
Absolutely.
more time there.
It's so funny because like before I go to parks, it's like on my way to the park, I stop and eat.
Yeah.
Knoebels, absolutely not. I go in there as hungry as possible.
Yeah.
I'm just still so relieved that you liked the park because we had played it up so much before you went there. I thought, oh God, he's going to go and he's going to hate it.
That's like on the, if you don't do that, then you're on the back wall scribbling all over the wall. Greg said it was good. Just all over the place. The lights are flickering on and off. All rides and no admission makes Bob a dull boy.
Well, we'll have to see how John Raleigh plays out here. I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, keep your fingers crossed and say your prayers.
I mean, you did, like you were saying, like honestly, I think Zimmerman was starting to run Cedar Fair down before the merger happened. I think once Ouimet left, it was kind of like it started drifting down. Because I remember making the comment at one point, like it's like, well, remember when the first threat of a merger came up between the two? And like at that point, I was like, it's not really like. A lot of people were like, well, Cedar Fair would have to bring Six Flags up because they're doing so good. But like at the same time, I remember making the comment of like, no, the thing is Cedar Fair has been coming down so much towards Six Flags level that they're kind of getting there. Six Flags started improving a little bit, but like, people were like, I don't know. And then, well, Slim, he didn't know what he was doing at all with Six Flags. So I just hope for the best here.
Along those lines, when I was working for the company, which I don't anymore, but the CEO at the time was Jim Reed Anderson.
Yeah,
you guys remember him?
Oh yeah,
he was that type like Greg was talking about. That was like you meet him, you can meet him once, and he'll remember your name a long time ago, and he would go to parks, walk around the parks without a ton of people following him. Mm-hmm. And he would specifically tell, like he came to our park, he told the park president to pick him up at the airport. Not a limo, not all this other stuff. The park president, basically the manager of the park, went to the airport to pick him up, drove him to the park, and then he said he didn't want anybody around. If people recognized him, that was one thing. But he just wanted to walk around the park and see how people were doing. And it was he in town hall meetings and stuff. He said he was up against a very rock and a hard place because he did things that were very amazing in my mind. But he said he had a hard time getting the investors to invest into the park, into the parks, into the company, and not into him. So he's like, and the way that works, he says, if I left tomorrow, the stock price would drop down if the investors were investing into him. Yeah. But he's like, once he's done, however long he was going to be there at time, didn't know. But he said once he was done, he was going to leave, and he says the stock price shouldn't change. Right. Because the investors are investing into the company, not into the person running it. And I found that very interesting. That's always been dancing around in my head, It's like, you should be not necessarily behind one person. You should be behind the concept that the company's running off of.
Yeah, I really think he was really in touch with his business. I don't know that I agreed with all of his moves, but like he at least understood the feedback. He understood what was important, and he really did. He focused on guest experience. You don't walk around the park like that unless you care about the guest experience. And, you know, I think that's the way, like Cedar Point and early Cedar Fair, you know, it was Dick Kinzel, and that's exactly what he was always on the Midway. He was always around talking to people. You know, he knew what people were thinking. He knew what was bad experiences and stuff like that. And that's why Cedar Point became the park that it is because he actually cared about that experience.
Yeah.
And then, you know, by the time Zimmerman got there, you never saw Zimmerman. I don't, you know, you kind of got to wonder if Zimmerman ever was in the park at all.
Yeah.
The weird anomaly is Six Flags Qiddiya is opening. It's crazy. Park's closing in the U.S., but no, we're going to open one over here. But
Well, who's paying for this park?
I know. That's what I was
It's
getting.
not
That's
Six
why I said
Flags.
but. It was coming. You
Sorry,
didn't let me
I stole
finish.
your thunder. Sorry. Be quiet now.
You know what stood out at me about this? So Six Flags Qiddiya is opening at the end of the year. It's actually already in a soft opening, I guess.
Yeah.
The thing that I love about this is they have themed areas, but they're not IP based.
What a concept.
It's
Weird.
like, why not do this more? Like Jungle X. Jungle X is a good example of this. Like, you don't need IP. Just create your own IP, essentially, you know, out of generic stuff. Like, and it can be amazing. I mean, there's not a lot of pictures on here, but it looks amazing. And I mean, you know, there's also something about riding a roller coaster that sounds like a jet flying over your head.
So cool.
That sound is so amazing.
That is. It's so. I'll come by, you know, I'll have like my phone on mute because I'll be like watching YouTube or something and just like scrolling through stuff, and I'll see that video of that thing about to go over that top hat, and I'm like, unmute, volume up, turn it up.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. This is a park, unfortunately, that I will never get to. Just because, like, I mean, this is a really tough thing. They really want to build tourism, but like, there's a lot of people that really can't safely travel there. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's just kind of like that. You kind of got to walk this fine line, and I've heard of other people saying like, "Oh, everybody can come. You're in no danger." Like, don't listen. Anybody that's saying you're absolutely fine without any real discussion, I wouldn't listen. You know, go follow the State Department guidance and stuff like that, because the State Department has quite a few warnings about Saudi Arabia. So you need to take that to heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not going to be a park I get to. What I'm hoping is that somewhere one of these park chains are like, okay, we're going to put it to rest. We're going to have the biggest coaster, and they built a clone.
Oh, yeah. Hang on to that dream there, Bob.
I know. I'm not going to put money on it. That's for sure. But I would like to see something like it.
I mean, the park has 5 record-breaking, coasters? 5 record-breaking attractions? I'm not sure what they call it. But it's not even like the traditional record breaking. I think we're quite, I don't know, jaded on the phrase record breaking here in the U.S. because we just take PR and spin it one direction, and it's now, it's the world's greenest roller coaster. Yep. It's like, okay, it's like,
and you're not talking economically green,
right?
Ecologically green,
right? But then this place pops up, and they're like, oh, we're record holders, and then it's like, wow, you didn't just take the record, you smashed it. Like, absolutely. Like,
flip the bird to everybody.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we didn't outdo the last one by 5 feet like we do here in the U.S. No, we outdid the last one by 155 feet.
Yeah.
It's like, go ahead, top that one.
Well,
but someone's going to be like 156. Like,
well, I mean, this really is like, this is the type of stuff that happened in the Coaster Wars in the 2000s. Like, this is what was going on. There was none of this like, oh, we're building the world's first indoor straddle coaster. Like, go to hell.
No.
They were actually beating records. This is the fastest. This is the tallest. Like factual records, not this like twisted PR record stuff. Like, it was just like, and now granted, this was even a bigger jump. Like, we weren't making the jumps quite the same way. Although, actually, I mean, you look at Cedar Point, like, they were doing, like, it's time to go another 100 feet. Time to go another 100 feet. Like, because they literally did 200, 300, 400.
Yeah, they did.
And, in sequence. So, I mean, it really is. It does kind of remind me of the Coaster Wars.
Except it's all going to happen over in the Middle East.
Yeah.
That's where the money is going.
Not to mention you can't get, the lawsuits and stuff here in the U.S. Can't hardly do anything these days without getting into a lawsuit about something like, oh, we're going to build a tall roller coaster. It's like, well, you're going to get sued by the Bird Commission or something like that. That was always a thing out in California. It's like, oh, they wanted to put wind farms up, with the big turbines. The big wind turbines out there, and then you had the animal people out there. I don't remember the names of, but the animal people were out there then going, oh, the blades are hitting birds, and you're going to wipe out species of birds flying around. You can't put that up there.
And every time I hear that, I just want to, like, point to a window.
Yeah.
Like,
the bird strikes on mirrored skyscrapers.
The nursing home that my dad's in, I'm not kidding you, like, there's dead birds that accumulate at the bottom.
Oh, jeez.
Like, because they see it's like the thermal windows, so it like reflects outward. So they see the reflection of the trees in, and it's just like boom. Windows kill so many birds, but like, you don't see like, oh, well, windows are illegal. Like, I also have my doubts on just how, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but just how many birds does a wind turbine actually kill?
Yeah. I don't know. There was when I used to race stock cars, it was the track I would race at. They did some sort of study out there and found out there was a spotted fox or something like that in the area. And out of all this huge area that was there, and just our little half-mile track that was sitting there, they're like, well, you can't have the track open because what happens if cars run over these spotted foxes? So they ended up shutting the track down. Even though it never, ever happened. Pretty much. And the track actually did stuff to try to mitigate it because they're like, they actually went in and bored tunnels underneath the track in like 3 or 4 spots. So they're like, even if there was one trapped in the infield, there was escape routes to go out. And they still came back by and they're like, nope, gotta shut it down.
I know a lot of roads that deer get run over a lot. Don't see those roads shutting down.
Yeah.
No, but most of them are from your car.
We weren't talking about that.
I wonder whatever happened with the park that we talked about ages ago now. I think it was in Oregon. Small park. They were going to put up a small drop tower.
Oh.
And the locals were like, "Oh, you can't put that. The lights from the drop tower will destroy the migration of the birds because it'll distract them." That was one of the arguments that the residents were putting about against having that go up. And I never did see anything after that about what happened. I wonder if they actually put a stop to it or they got it anyway. Are you looking it up now?
You know, it's so crappy about those things.
What park was that?
I don't remember.
I wanted to say Silverwood, but it's not.
No, I'm pretty sure it was somewhere in Oregon. But of course, it was probably in Arizona.
Somewhere on the West Coast. Just say that.
Yeah.
West of the Mississippi.
I feel like it was Oregon. It's a bigger name. Like, well, if I hear the name, I'll know it. Oaks. I think it was Oaks. Oaks Amusement Park. Yeah, it's in Portland, Oregon.
I mean, just the stuff these days about, like, no matter what you do, you're going to impact something. You know, you can't not impact anything. But that goes true no matter what you do. It's like, oh, I'm just going to walk over there. Well, if you walk over there, you might step on this bug. It's like, yeah.
Oh, I found it. Sorry.
No, it's
the city did approve it. They put some restrictions on it. During October sunsets, the ride's lights must be limited to red and orange hues. But other than that, they could do it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Throughout this process, we have worked closely with lighting and wildlife experts to help reduce potential impacts on wildlife, and we appreciate their guidance in ensuring that this project reflects our commitment to being a responsible neighbor.
Okay.
That's from Hood Line.
Gotta remember that one, huh?
I guess it's a local newspaper. That's a weird one. Yeah, so we're going to throw that link in the middle of all the Six Flags stuff just because that's where we're talking about it.
I'm glad we got the follow-up on it. We don't do that very often.
That's the first time I think one of our rabbit trails actually led to an actual news story.
It's true.
But I do, like, I agree we need to be, like, responsible with nature and stuff like that. But, like, there's certain times, like, you also have to look at, like, wind turbines are actually helping nature in a big way, too. So, like, we can't look at it and say, like, oh, you're killing the birds. Coal's killing everybody. Like, you can flip this so many different ways. It just drives me nuts when I hear that. When wind turbines kill all the birds, like, have you looked at windows recently? Like, seriously. Windows kill so many birds, it's ridiculous.
Those birds aren't coming back.
Right. All right, so the other Six Flags news that we got. Oh, no, actually, we got a couple more. Maverick's Heartline Roll. It might become a thing.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is El Toro Ryan really put this well. Like, he describes this well in this video. But there's a step further that I'm thinking about here, like why this makes a lot of sense. Because this would be the thing to many enthusiasts and probably a lot of the general public that would be like new ride marketability. Because of the
over a few feet of
the
track.
history of this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
And not that much investment.
Yeah.
I think this, and especially because you have the Mosasaurus roll.
You know how they paid for it if they do it? from selling the little pieces of the original one that they did a couple of years ago.
And don't you worry, the part they take out, they will slice up as well.
That's right. They will.
Yeah, so he was talking about, like, you know, this ride might be due for a retrack. I don't think we're talking about full retrack because it really is still pretty smooth.
Oh, yeah.
But, like,
It's
replacing a lot of, like, the high stress areas, you know, and then throwing this loop, this roll back in there. Won't be the same roll. It's like more elongated. He was clear about it. It's a rumor, but he did say it's from a source that he says is pretty reliable. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting, especially coming from him because he's got more credits than most.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That is definitely, like you said, it's marketable too because so many people would rush back to the park to do that.
Oh, I would.
I would too, because it's like you better get on there before the lawyers figure out what we're doing.
You know,
Hurry up.
There's part of me that wonders, like, the original rule that was in it. I really wonder if it really was too intense or if it was just the Intamin president was like, yeah, this might be too intense. Like, I guess the better way to put it is, if you built that same thing right now, would somebody ride and say that's too intense?
Well, I mean, so here's my only thought on it, right? Because I don't really know. But you have the ride was designed to a certain standard and to fall within the G-force limit thresholds of everything else. They built the track, they put it in there, and they said, nope, this is too much. And they took it back out. So my thought was that the maneuver that do that invert right there basically pushed the accelerometers to the red line in like every direction. And it wasn't something that when they step back and look at it, it wasn't something they said, you know what, if we just redid this little piece and we just twisted it a little bit more here, that would fix all the problems. They were like, no, we're going to have to slow the speed way down. And if we slow it down there, that means it's not going to make it over here. And that means this won't work. That was like a catastrophic failure in the system. So they're like, no, the easiest thing to do would just be to take it out. And then even if they were able to leave it in, it's like your borderline lawsuit area when they find out the G-forces are so high in that thing. Well, so that's my thought.
That's the weird thing. And like, obviously this is probably through lots of rumor mills by the time it's got to the point of where it is today. But like, it's kind of a general understanding that this was one of those scenarios where the Intamin president wrote it, got off and said, no, we can't do that. It wasn't really a like, oh, the accelerometer, like the science is saying this. He just said, no, that's too much. And that was what did it. And also, did he just want to be the only person that wrote it?
Who was this that did that?
I want to say it was the Intamin president, or maybe the Intamin USA president, or somebody.
It was the USA rep, Sandor.
I can't remember. I think he says. Turns. I think ETR says it in the video. It was definitely somebody from Intamin. But yeah, as far as anybody knows, he's the only person that ever wrote it.
Yeah. That's just like he's also the only person that ever, like, if it's Sandor, it's the same person that wrote.
It was Sandor.
Yeah.
It was U.S. president for Intamin.
Yep. It's the same person that also rode Accelerator at 114 miles per hour.
Wait, he wrote that?
Yeah.
I knew they ran at that. I didn't know anybody wrote it. Jeez.
Nope, he wrote it. There's video of actually him writing on it.
Dang.
Yep. They cranked that thing up. He wrote on it, and it went over the top, and he got off and said, no one rides that. No one rides that. And then when they were done with the testing that they were doing, they used an old train on purpose. They took the train off because it had to be all NDT'd afterwards because it went through an extreme amount of stress.
Yeah, clearly.
But yeah, that was the original testing they did. Because the engineers went down there and they said, I think if we did this inside the system, we can crank this up and it should do this, and then that'll pave the way for this Top Thrill Dragster project.
Yeah.
And then they went to Accelerator out there in California in Knott's Berry Farm, and they did it. They monkeyed with the system, override a ton of safeties because it was the manufacturer doing it with the ride closed.
Yeah.
And they hit the go button, and it was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I remember seeing the video of that.
It's holy crap enough.
Right? It is.
Yeah.
It's a great ride, though. I love that ride.
That one is you especially know it because the train does the takeoff from the station. It doesn't pull out of the station and then goes. So you're standing there in line and you see it go, and it goes.
Yep. And all you have to do is just, because I have my phone with me all the time. All you have to do is just film the train in the station. Just stand there and watch it, and see it. Like, to actually stand next to it when it takes off that fast is just like, holy crap. That was that was incredibly fast. And that's not even the fastest accelerating either. That's on actually the slower end of things.
Yeah. So if we could stand right next to
0 to 117 in 1.8. That's what it did.
Was that on that testing?
Yeah.
That sounds right. That's faster, I believe, than an SNS, than the what is it, Dodompa? I can't never. Dododampa. Yeah, I think that's faster than that.
I gotta look that up.
Ah,
That's
still
insane.
no one can.
How many dodos we got here?
Right.
Oh, that's right. It initially was Dodumpa. Or Dot. I don't know. Forget that. We're going to move on.
112 for Dododampa.
112.
Yeah.
So it was officially, unofficially, the world's fastest accelerating roller coaster.
That's insane.
Yeah, 0 to 111.9 in 1.56 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, the videos, Sandor riding that, the people were taking it because they were standing in the midway when they took it. And you could tell just on there, the acceleration on those runs was just insane, how fast it went. Because, like, just on the video, you could just see it, like, they go by, they do the restraint check and stuff. The girl that's doing Sandor, she just like staples the guy right into the seat, because you hear him go, oh. But then they're just filming in the station there. When they hit the dispatch button, that train, you just blink and it's gone. It's like, oh, there it goes. Crazy.
I don't. Do you know where that video is? I see the testing video, but I don't see. I haven't found the one of him actually riding it.
I should be able to find that real quick. Now we're all to the computers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Let's see
I found
here.
An interview with him from Maverick.
Yeah, I got it right here. Wait, is this one? Because it ends, yeah, there it is. Love this video. So much fun.
Share the wealth. I want to see this.
I just sent a link to it.
Awesome. Well, is he in there?
So what you're going to look at is around the 45-second mark. 45-second mark. You'll see him in the back row. Get stapled.
Oh, so maybe this is the same video. What is he riding in the back row for?
God.
I guess in case the cable snaps.
But it's just fun because, like, at that 45-second mark in the video, if you go there and watch that at the 45-second mark, or it's right about 47-ish right there, they're zoomed in on him when it launches, and he's just gone.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it now.
Oh my God!
How nervous do you? The train just disappears.
He just disappeared, right? So cool.
Oh, jeez. If you guys haven't seen this, I highly recommend the show notes for this one. Yeah, okay.
If you've never
That's
seen this
insane.
video, definitely, it's only like a minute long. Just go take a look at it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Moving on, we're gonna go to Great Adventure. Supports are on site. I'm so surprised. Can't believe
I
it.
actually was surprised.
I was too, but not nearly as surprised as Hollywood Studios was.
Greg, you're muted.
Yep, I'm sorry. I mute myself so I need coughing into the mic and I forgot to put it back on. I was surprised too. Because, they're saying it's not going to open until 27. So we won't see any supports till next year.
Right? Especially, the winter and stuff like that coming in. And it's like, okay. I would expect, honestly, the bulk of the construction work, everything to basically kick off April.
Right.
Somewhere around there when the weather turns good and everything else. And it's like, okay, then see. But no, Hollywood went out there and they were doing a trip update, and they came across a handful of like 4 or 5 gray support pillars sitting on the ground now. So it's official for whatever it is being installed that there's
The
support
footers,
pillars for it.
the footers that we see there, are those King to Cuz, or are those actually for this new one?
Those are for the new one. All the
Yeah.
footers you see are all the old footers for Ka have been ripped out, from my understanding.
This thing's moving.
Maybe
That's
they're
weird.
doing some CYA and saying it's going to open in 2027, but they're still secretly hoping to be able to do it in 26.
I mean, if they say it's 27, I'd actually hope it's going to open in 28. The way things are going.
Well, at least before they close the park down.
There can't be too many cranes that can construct heights like that.
No.
I mean, it's just tower crane is all you need, really. Set it up right next to the main tower, and then you build the two right alongside each other. Every time you new section of crane, just lift a new section of crane up in there. Same way you build a skyscraper.
Yeah.
I thought there was still a limited number of those in the world.
Maybe.
Maybe not, but I may be thinking of something else.
Now, the conspiracy theorist in me still says nothing's happening. They just took some pipe and welded flanges on it. And now they're like, here, go set these at the job. In the quotation marks, the job site. Go set these at the job site.
They're all just plastic.
Right. They're from Temu.
Somebody just 3D printed them. That's all. That's all they are.
Right.
3D printing. Do those look like Mac supports?
I mean, it looks like a tube with a flange on it. I don't know how you would tell the difference, honestly.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess from this type, yeah.
I know they're not from Skyline, that's for sure.
I mean, they are all they're all straight and seem to be manufactured well. So that kind of rules Skyline out.
You're going with those bolt together tubes, or you got to bolt everything together.
I thought they used PVC pipe.
I'm not sure what they used.
They may have.
Apparently, neither is anyone else. They're not sure either.
They used the same kind of paint that you used on your wheel bogey back there. Made it
Probably.
look like metal. It's
Yep.
really not metal.
Yep. Just some gray spray paint.
Still don't believe you that that's wood.
But there was a handful of manufacturers, none reputable from my understanding. So they're like the names we know of, it's not these guys, but there's
Is this
a
a
handful
story
of
about
amusement.
Golden Horse?
I don't know. It might be, I'm not sure. So we had a service bulletin come out to check the welds on structures. And the service bulletin was simply to go put a magnet on the weld. Check it. Because they had, I don't remember where this came from. It was one of those things, it doesn't have to generate from the manufacturer. The manufacturer finds out about this stuff and they're like, hey, just to be safe, go do this, right? Because this could also happen from repairs too. So someone either did a repair or it was a new ride or something like that, and they installed these like popcorn looking welds around this footer, like just completely. They gave a 2-year-old a welder and it wasn't set up properly. Like that's the type of weld that was there. And then the people that were finishing it know that wasn't going to pass, so they took Bondo and smoothed over the weld to make it look like a perfectly smooth weld all the way around. So what happened is that it had cracked. The Bondo had basically separated from the metal, and they're like, oh my gosh, there's a crack. And they started to grind into the crack to find all this powder coming out. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What is that? And they started getting into it, and they started like chipping and hammering, and they found out that it's just like this crappy little weld down inside there. So that was actually, from my understanding, that was from a manufacturer. And so other manufacturers popped up and said, this could also be done when you have welds repaired. They could put a subpar repair in there and then smooth it over with something else to make it look good on the outside. Even though if you were going to repair something, you still have to have it NDT'd. Welds have to conform to the D1.1 standard. I mean, all sorts of stuff to prevent that. But you never know with people.
Yeah.
So they're like,
said
go check your welds.
when you said the whole magnet thing, like that's what hit me. Like this, like they're putting plastic or Bondo, but
right.
That's insane. Oh man,
Stuff people do.
Well,
Okay, Bob, here you go. Is this going to be this week's big rant?
I don't know. The National Roller Coaster Museum and Archives has named Pete Owens as the new chairman. Is anything going to change? I mean, he's been on the board. The only thing that comes out, the only thing I see here is that everything they point to is like stuff that he did in 2013. And interestingly, in 2013, the Roller Coaster Museum actually had a positive view. Like, people actually felt positively about it because they were actually, they were going to be opening soon. And they were doing their final drive. That's the one I donated to. The one that was like, oh, this is the final drive to open in the visitor center. It was before 2015 anyway. And we know how that went. I don't know. Here's what's really starting to get me is
Starting to.
well, no. The Roller Coaster Museum has always for the last 10 years has gotten to me. But the problem for me, the problem that's becoming a bigger issue for me now is the association with the museum. I have a lot of respect for Pete Owens and the stuff he does with Herschend, right? He's a guy from Herschend, I believe. Right? Nobody gonna back me up on this?
Nope, don't know.
I don't know either.
Well,
You can look it up. Go ahead.
you go look it
Talk
up, and I'll continue talking so that
Yes.
you can break in and tell me I'm right or I'm full of shit. But like,
both.
or both. But that's the thing is like, there's so many people associated with the museum that like outside of the museum I have respect for, and it also like it's also with Ace. It's like I don't want to see people that I respect get involved with this thing because it makes me not respect them. Like right now, I'm like still waiting for the confirmation that I'm right, but
he was director of communications with the Dollywood Company.
thank you. Okay. So yeah, so like, you know, that's an organization that's done really well. He's done good things there, you know, but now it's like, why is he here? Like it almost damages the respect that I have for him. I don't know. I don't like this. Like, I just want these to be random people doing this. I don't want this to be people that like
You otherwise thought well of.
right. Yeah. It's, you know, it's frustrating. I mean, the reality is I really do hope that this opens. I love the vision. I love what they want to do, but they're just not doing anything the way I think they should be doing it. Like, you don't, if you can't have people there because you don't have bathrooms or whatever, you don't go and build a bar because you're really screwing up the whole chicken and egg thing there. You know, like the
Right.
bar doesn't really do much when you can't have people there. So why are you building a bar? You know, you need to try to open. Stop doing all of this other stuff. Open. Open as a small museum. And then grow.
Hey, just given their location, the attendance isn't going to be thundering hordes of people showing up.
No.
You know, they're so far off the beaten path.
So
it can't be that they need to have 46 porta potties.
that's another thing. From what I understand, back in the early days of this vision, Kings Island actually offered them land. They offered them a place for this museum,
Wow.
and they
I
turned
didn't
it
know
down.
that.
So, like,
That's like a perfect. That's
oh
exactly
my
what you
God,
want.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that's exactly
exactly.
where you should be.
One of
Exactly,
the best parks in the country offers you free land, basically, to build on.
and like that's the thing
The
too.
only
Is
other
like,
place that'd be better would be Florida,
Yeah.
yeah,
right in the middle of all the parks down there. If you could find a,
but I
old
think the
convention
thing is
center.
like. This is the thing. The more they talk, the more I start feeling more about this like whole private collection thing. But like you think about it, like it'd be hard to have a private collection right next to Kings Island. That'd be a good reason to turn that down, right? Like why would you turn that down? Like what? I don't understand. And like I feel like they need to address that. They need to address a lot of things. They come out on all these social media things now, and they're saying all this stuff. Like they need to own up with the way their social media was in the early 2020s or in late 2010s. Like they were horrible. They said horrible things to people. They were terrible, absolutely terrible. And that's what did the damage to, you know, there were people concerned about things, but it was their own social media in the late 2010s and early 2020s that really destroyed them. That's when everything went, you know, people are like worried about this. And then they get a social media presence. They have somebody on Twitter. They have, I don't know where else they went. I know I saw them on Twitter. Oh my God. The people that were banned on Twitter because that's all the Roller Coaster Museum did. They didn't like what you said. They banned you. You ask them a question, they ban you. They picked so many fights. Like, I mean, think of the worst internet troll you've ever run across. And that's about what these guys were like. So you really want to turn things around? How about you own up to that and say, look, we screwed up, but they're not. They're still those people. Like, and it's hard to see past that. But why does it have to be? I don't know. Like, it just bugs me. Like the people that are, I don't know who's Adam Sandy has been involved in that a lot, and like he's somebody that he's always been in the Drunk Riders, and he seems like a really cool guy. But it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you involved with them? But the other interesting thing that I ran across while I was looking for this story, I found a link on Attractions Magazine from 2017. And they announced that I think this would be the second, because I remember them talking about this before. But now the visitors wing, at this point, was going to be named after Mark Moore, who had passed away. Yeah, the Mark Moore Memorial Wing. And yeah. As a result of the unfortunate passing of National Roller Coaster Museum founding board member Mark Moore in 2016, the NRCMA is expanding its current ARCA facility complex to create a showroom for public access to select artifacts from the museum's collection. It's exactly what they should be doing. If you can't afford to open the whole thing, just do something like this. Anyway, they go on to say that at 2016 IAPA, they raised $325,000 in one day.
Wow.
$325,000. They raised that in one day. Please explain to me, if you're raising that kind of money and you're already announcing the showroom for public access in 2017, why is it almost 2026 and we don't have it? I mean,
almost 10 years later.
They need to own up for this stuff. That's the thing. They're not owning up to this. They're saying, "Oh, everybody's wrong. Everybody's wrong." Well, tell us why. We've things have been presented to them. Questions have been asked. Usually, response was negative and not really answer the question, but pound you down or ban you or block you, or they need to own up for that stuff. Anyway, we'll see if Pete Owens does anything different. I don't think so. I feel like this might also be like a smokescreen type thing. Oh yeah, let's. Ironically, it's kind of a worry with John Riley too. It's I feel like the board's oh, we need to make a move that makes it look like we're doing something positive. So let's make Pete Owens the chairman because everybody likes Dollywood. I don't know.
I would echo the sentiment that none of us want to see the place fail.
Right.
None of us want that.
No.
Everyone in the community wants to see this place open, and I think that's what's generating all the heartburn, is that everyone wants to see this place open, and we don't understand why it can't open. And it's just we need $300,000, and you give them $300,000. It's well, now we need another $300,000. So you give them another $300,000. It's well, now we need $400,000. And then people started going, well, wait a minute, what happened to the other money?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And then now you've just alienated your investors. You've just taken everyone that gave you money and said, oh, and by the way, that's not enough. It's what? Wait a minute. Yeah. This is what you said. I think if they want to really run it properly from here on out, then they need to put their tail between their legs and just go with the mentality of we're gonna open this thing. Let's do whatever we need to do. If we need to start handing out, Swiffers at the porta potties, then let's do it. Swiffers and flashlights. Let's get the porta potties in here and open the thing up. If the lawyers say, you know what, you can only do 10 people at a time, then make your reservation today, because we can only do 10 people at a time. Unfortunately, that's what the lawyers say.
Yeah.
Figure out what you need to do to get it minimally open. I'm not talking, polished gold faucets on everything. I'm just talking about minimally open. Like you said, they're in the middle of nowhere. Attendance is not going to be a problem.
No.
So if you can only hold 10 people in the warehouse at a time, then it's like perfect, absolutely amazing. Let's do that. 10 people at a time.
And it's going to be a bunch of Thuzies showing up. So you don't even have to have placards out by the exhibits, because we already know.
We already know that, right?
Yeah.
We just
see the
want to
scratch
see
in the
it.
corner of that thing? I put that scratch there. That's right. Was me.
I think that's the thing. I think that's one of the things that the museum is missing in all of this. Like, the fact that there is so much backlash really is a testament to the idea of what you want to do has a lot of backing. People don't get this worked up over stuff that they don't care about.
Yeah, because it's not just the three of us, bitch.
Right, exactly. And honestly, that's the same thing with me. I've said this, many times throughout Coaster Talk, and probably somewhere inside Friction as well. Like, people are like, you're really, before the merger, like, you're really hard on Cedar Fair. Yes, because I loved Cedar Fair. Like,
yeah,
I'm not hard on Mount Olympus. I laugh at Mount Olympus, but I'm not hard on them because I don't care. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me. But yes, I'm going to get pissed at Cedar Point or Cedar Fair because that's something I love, and I don't want you to ruin it. It's like, I don't get why people don't they kind of don't understand that, really. You kind of have to have, like, if you're passionately angry about something, there's passion there.
You care.
Exactly. Like, you just, and if they really think that's the thing that's going on, like, the people are speaking and saying how much they like your idea, but, like, saying, look, you need to do something, and not say the same things over. All of the stuff that they're saying on social media right now, all of these videos and stuff. And listen, I'm not faulting the creators that are having them on their shows. Like, that's your thing. Go for it. Like, I'm not going to hold it against you because, you talked to the roller coaster museum. It's not on them, but I just, they need to start owning up to their mistakes. That's what they're going to have to do. Say, look, we missed the ball, and this is why this happened. This is why this happened in 2015. This is why this happened in 2017. This is why we were assholes in 2018, 19, and 20. Like, explain those things. Because Twitter was... The things they said on Twitter were just unbelievable. Too bad Twitter's such a shithole now. I can't go and, like, just find some of the things. I'm sure they probably deleted them too, but oh my God, if you saw them, they were terrible. They really were just internet trolls. That's really all the Roller Coaster Museum was on Twitter. Anyway, we'll move on. So Legoland at IAAPA did actually share more than just their Lego makeup makeup of the of the coaster. It's kind of interesting. Their riders will be able to select key elements such as the nose, tail, wings, and colors of their spacecraft, and it'll be achieved with RFID technology and a wristband. Course. But this kind of goes back to just like, you remember the old ET? Like, I don't think they do. Actually, they do still do the passport, don't they?
I don't know. Still,
I think last time I was there, they did. I don't remember, but like you told everybody, as you were going in, you told them your name and they gave you a card,
right?
And that card remembered what your name was. So like whenever you got in the vehicle, they took that card, and that's what they gave to the computer, which then said, "Oh, Bob's on this bike,"
right?
And then ET would say bye to everybody and get a lot of names wrong.
It knew Butthead, so it was fine. Come on, who didn't maliciously put in names at that point? Come on.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
Yes.
So this has more than 620 combinations of the vehicles. So I am kind of having some
I'm getting
trouble.
a test track vibe off of that. You know, where you go design your vehicle and then it shows up later on. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking here. It's a test track thing.
That would make sense.
I like the idea of it. Gives kids something to do.
Yeah. I think it is kind of cool.
As long as they don't execute it like Test Track, where you have to go into part of the queue line and you're waiting for 15 minutes to do like all this coloring and stuff like that. That got old for me really quick. I'm like, can we just go through to the ride part now?
Yeah, I don't care what color it is.
I'm in line for the ride, please. Can we stop kissing GM's butt?
You know what? Yes, I'm so frustrated. I never actually rode Test Track.
Well, my dad was a lifelong employee of GM. And if you went there back in the day anyway, they had a special lounge in that building just for GM employees.
Oh, really?
And you could go in and they had, cheese and crackers and sodas and whatever. And whenever you were ready to get on the ride, you just let one of the attendants know and you got on it immediately.
Wow. That's cool.
Yep. They had a special door. They'd let the know, and I guess in the regular line, they would send a car through empty, and you'd get on that car when it got to the door of the lounge.
Wow.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's almost like an ADA entrance too.
Yeah,
where it's like sidelined from everything else.
I guess all GM employees are ADA. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying you get that. You get full on crackers and soda, and you go out, and it's like, oh, standing in line with the rest of the people. No, it can't do that. Let's go into the alternate entrance into the ride. Come here.
For the special people. I don't know. For all I know, they still do that, but I have my doubts. That was years ago.
We don't wait in line with the common folk anymore. Isn't that how everybody works when they get like fast lane and stuff like that? It's like, no, we're not doing this standby line. No, why would we do that?
Exactly.
Ugh. We're too important for that now.
What are you talking about? That's how driving around Northern Virginia. That's how it is. You're in a Hyundai Accent and I'm in a BMW. I own the road. That's what they like.
You drive with the pinky up. You got to drive with the pinky up. If that's the case.
He usually is a BMW too. It's pissing me off. Very, very frequently a BMW.
Same people. It's
or
like,
a lifted truck.
Drive your car?
What's that?
I said, same people are like, oh, you actually drive your car?
Right,
oh, how quaint.
Look, I even shift gears. Right now, though, I'm sure they have to. I have to wonder how many people think that I'm like trying to race them, because here's why. Currently, there's something going on with the accent. I thought it was the map sensor. I replaced it, and it fixed it for a while. It cleared the airs and everything, and ran better than I ever has run since I owned it. And then all of a sudden it came back, but it I stop at a red light and it just goes vroom, 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 vroom. and I'm just sitting there like, oh shit.
Yeah. And they look over at you and go, really? You?
Yeah, right. The really fun part though is like while it's in this mood, like if I'm shifting from third to fourth, Hyundais have this really cool thing on their stick shift cars where you like when you push the clutch in, it actually holds the RPMs, lowers it a little bit, but it basically doesn't let it drop. So like it basically helps match where you're going to be engaging the next gear.
Oh,
it's really
cool.
It is. It's really nice. But with whatever's going on with it, it's not getting it quite right. So, like, I'm in third gear, and I push the clutch in, and it revs an extra 1,000 RPM. And then I'm like, I have to re-engage the clutch and slow it back down, and it's not a smooth ride.
Does that happen while you're accelerating and stuff like that, too?
What I've noticed is it feels like, you know how if you're in, like, first gear on pretty much any stick shift car, and you're kind of going slow, you get that, like, that jerking.
Surge. Yeah. Yep.
I have that in fifth gear. Because I think it's like I think what's going on, it's basically a mismatch between two sensors.
Yeah.
And it really seemed to be the what is MAP? Manifold. No, it's manifold absolute pressure. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
This car does not have a mass airflow sensor. Which, yeah, it's weird. But yeah, so it's kind of like the one code is like saying that there's a discrepancy between the throttle position and the pressure, I think is what's going on. And then the other code is saying the idle RPM's too high, which I clearly I get that. Yeah, it's really weird. But yeah. I think it might be out of my hands now and ready to go to the garage and say, so help.
Yep. I was thinking throttle position sensor or O2 sensor. I could see both of those. Throttle position sensor just because it'll move the throttle all over the place on you. And the O2 sensor just because it's the computer reacting to the O2 levels going all over the place, and it's trying to move the throttle to match it to get more fuel and stuff in the cylinders and all that other things.
Yeah, throttle position came up, and I'm trying to remember why. There was a reason why I rolled that up. I also think that this is something that the previous owner had, because a lot of the components on the intake manifold are look brand new.
They look new.
So I think he was replacing a lot of things. The thing is that when I pulled the old map sensor out, it actually had a lot of motor oil on it, which I was like, I don't know if that's relevant. Somebody said that it's somewhat normal to have trace amounts of motor oil in the manifold, which I could see. But this oil, the thing that really got me was the oil that was on it was like dark and old oil. And it did not match the color of the oil that was on like the dipstick at all. So I don't know. But I also think temperatures, I think that's why I never saw this before, because it ran fine in the summer, and now that's when it really, whenever it hit freezing, that's when everything it's just berserk now. I'm like, and how do we get here?
I'm not sure.
Test track.
But we're also gonna look at your PCV valve too. Check that thing now, because that does a lot of pressure stuff in there.
Yeah, that's actually the next thing. I may just get a PCV valve and put it in, because that would also cause oil into the intake manifold as well. Yes. So
no more time for roller coasters. This is welcome to the Hyundai troubleshooting forum.
You guys reminded me. have any clue as to who these guys are. There's these two brothers who had a show called Car Talk.
Oh, okay.
And they're from New England, pretty thick accents. They were known as Click and Clack. and they it was hysterical. It was, you know, they were both mechanics and they just played off each other so well. And they, you know, people would write in about car problems or whatever, and they would, or phone in, and they would, you know, talk about them, but they would go off on all kinds of tangents and stuff. And they were just so funny. You'd never think a show about car repairs would be that funny, but these guys were hysterical.
Look at Top Gear. I've never been into car shows, but oh my God, Top Gear is amazing.
Yeah, Top Gear is funny.
And Grand Tour, really just the three guys. Which still to this day, James and I had just recently, not too long ago, brought this up, but we actually really, on Coaster Talk, we actually compared ourselves to Top Gear, and we all kind of fit pretty well. Like James was Jeremy, and I was James, and Timmy was Richard. And we fit those profiles very well. Because I'm the one that would just talk about stuff that nobody really cares about.
Oh, bite your tongue.
I know. I'm well aware.
So, moving along. So when I read the headline on this next story, I read it really fast. I thought, what? The polar coaster's back on?
No.
No.
The shocking thing is, it's just now canceled.
Yeah, that's true.
It was still in planning up until this year. My God, I remember this being a thing back in the turn of the century.
Which century?
The 1600s.
Yeah,
so long ago.
No, I do actually remember this. Right after I moved back from Florida, I remember having discussions about this.
Yeah.
That's how this is over 20 years. 2 decades they've been talking about this thing.
So instead, they're going to build a compact S&S coaster and a triple drop tower that's been built at every Six Flags park.
Right.
I will tell you this, though. That rendering of that coaster really gives me Gale Force vibes.
Yeah, it does.
And that's not something to laugh at.
Well, I'll stop laughing when it's built.
Well, that's true.
There you go.
I think this is...
Because right now the whole thing reads like a bad movie trailer. It's like, from the people who canceled the pole coaster and couldn't bring you the other 2 rides. This year, it won't open either. Maybe next year.
Yeah, this is I'm not going to hold my breath for it. Oh.
I mean, come on. It took that long to cancel a project. What are the chances the other project is going to get built in a fraction of that time?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, well,
it's just numbers at this point.
At least the drop tower is, off the shelf ride.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just throw out the money and find a builder. But
that's the thing. This is all S&S too, so it's not like the Polar Coaster where you had so many different vendors involved in it.
Yeah,
and then
it's all
how many Intamin was doing the coaster? I think Vekoma was doing it changed every few years. It was well, they backed out. So they're in, and I don't remember even who. There was 3 or 4 different coaster manufacturers that went through as oh yeah, they're going to build the coaster. Oh wait, no, it's these guys. It's you guys clearly don't know what you're doing.
Well, there's a chance since there's us. It's not that sort of thing going on, but we'll see. Let's not hold your breath. And
I mean, this is going to happen before Storyville Gardens, I think.
yes, and that other place in.
And like, yeah, all those other parks that are like, hey, we're building this. Give us money.
That's right.
Who's that sound like, actually? That's like, those parks are just like, hey, look what's working for the museum. Let's do it for our actual park.
That's right. They're all working from the same playbook.
I just still can't believe. I had no idea that the bullet coaster was actually still a thing they were trying to do this year.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's insane.
I just assumed that idea died like 10 years ago.
Right, me too.
That was it. I was like, okay, nobody ever built that, and we're moving on. Guess that's not the case.
I would also like to take this time for a public service announcement because this annoys me every time I see it in text.
We need like a jingle for Bob's public service announcement.
That's right.
And a star that goes across the screen.
Right?
That nobody can see.
The polar
The more you
coaster
bob.
is spelled Poler coaster. It is not the Arctic. It is not Polar. That's winter. That's cold. It's a polar coaster, as in a pole. As in, it's one stick that scoots up into the sky, allegedly, if it ever gets built. Please, for the love of God. Poler. And also, Brake. They're not, hey, this is where the train stops so we can get a snack. No. It's a break.
Really? I haven't seen that.
Oh my God.
I do it all the time. Bob's public service announcement is actually pointed directly at me. As Bob's still spelling the different polars, I'm sitting there going, oh yeah, that would have an AR.
You're slowly shrinking under your desk.
And then break and break. Oh yeah, I can't tell you the amount of times I've messed that one up. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't type that much. You talk, so I don't catch it from you a lot. But
I just get the small things, like Intamin and other manufacturers messed up.
I swear though, I go on Reddit and like everybody's spelling it BREAK and POLAR. Like, no, that just drives me nuts. Okay, anyway, we can move on now. Disney World being stupid now. Everybody's just being stupid. Rock and Roller Coaster, is like, hey guys, we're going to keep Rock and Roller Coaster open so you can ride it as Aerosmith before we close it. And then they don't tell anybody, like, oh, by the way, we're going to rip it all out and just, like, no pre-show, like, it's all gone. All the Aerosmith's gone. But you can still ride the ride as Aerosmith.
Right.
This is really a step in Six Flags direction. But like, I mean, why not just say like, oh, hey, we're going to close this ride in the beginning of November so that everybody can make plans to go experience it as they want to experience it, and not this like, oh yeah, we're just going to rip everything out. It's still open. So yeah, the pre-show is gone.
And it must be a bigger deal than you might even guess, because when I was looking through the news, coaster news, whatever, article after article after article kept popping up about this from different sources. I'm like, wow, okay.
I mean,
the news is really slow.
if you think about it, right, the whole transition from Aerosmith's Rock and Roller Coaster to Muppets glued onto things is the pre-show. Realistically, that's where it is, right? Because we change. It's like, well, we didn't change anything. We hot glued Muppets onto stuff in the show building. We changed the soundtrack, which is just sound. We didn't do anything there. And then we added a couple of leftovers from Muppet Vision 3D into the Aerosmith pre-show area. So it's like, so what really changed? The Aerosmith pre-show area.
Yeah.
So that, in fact, was the ride. The pre-show Aerosmith was the ride. And now that you've taken that down, it is now no longer that ride anymore.
Right.
Like Disney says, well, the ride is still running. It's like, yes, that's
like,
true.
The ride is still going to run when you reopen it,
too.
The
lights on, will you?
Right. But that's the thing. The ride isn't changing. So this isn't why people are coming to catch the Aerosmith ride.
Right.
Because it's going to be the same ride in the Muppets. They're coming for the show. The things that surround the ride. I mean, this really was a shitty thing to do. They really should have said, we're closing in November.
It would have been really cool if they would have just filmed the pre-show the way it was and then just detonated it with dynamite and let the whole pre-show fall over for everyone to see. And we can clean it up and build a new show. We heard people love this. Watch, let's blow it up and clean it up after.
Well, that's a weird thing.
At least they didn't close the whole park.
The weather.
Back to the weather.
Nope, Six Flags has not gotten over the weather. This is another shitty. This is really shitty. The last day that Six Flags Great Adventure was scheduled to be open for the year, they closed because of a forecasted light rain. And told everybody.
Did it ever actually happen?
I don't know.
Why did they do that?
Because they're dumb.
Well, so what I'm thinking is, normally when you close a park for weather, it's because a lot of the rides won't operate in the weather. But I believe they took all of them out there.
So I've heard.
That was a slow build to that one.
I got it. You did it. You got there. That was great.
that was very good.
It seems like Six Flags is just like, if the weather turns even mildly unpleasant, shut the park down.
It just has to hint that it might. It doesn't have to turn anything. It's unbelievable. I mean, the last day, there's people that are they plan that. I'm going to go on the last day of operations, and then you just pull that. If you didn't go to the website or don't follow them on social media, you're not going to know.
Yeah.
You're not going to know, oh, hey, the last day has changed. Because, as far as I know, they did this in, the day of the new last day.
Yeah, we just didn't feel like opening the park today.
That's exactly it. They had too many rides to get ready for the day.
Yeah.
All of them.
I like this one response on it. They should rename this park to Three Flags Medium Adventure next year. Set expectations properly.
Yeah. It's
just amazing.
As much as Flash is really good, but it's it's not enough. There's nothing else in that park that really pulls you in. I mean, El Toro will whenever they get the retracking done. But
it's happening over the off season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, I think I heard it was like it's going to be like a 3-year project. So like 3 off seasons.
Oh, okay.
And I do believe that Intamin is actually doing the work, which is amazing news and kind of shocking news.
When you say doing the work, do you think they're actually like physically doing the work or just providing the parts?
I should rephrase and say they're involved because I don't really know.
Okay.
But just for them being involved is,
That's surprising enough.
Yeah.
Then to contrast that,
Yes.
Hershey Park. They have gone the other extreme. Plan your Christmas candy lane visit confidently with our winter weather promise. If weather or temperature cause the majority of rides to close for 60 minutes, visit guest services and claim your free return voucher, valid any operating day through June 30th.
Which is amazing because it's like they're giving you that time and saying, look, it's not just come back the next weekend or something or
Yep.
throughout the winter time. It's like to June 30th. It's like, wow, that's pretty good. So, I mean, kudos to them.
Yep.
For being a park after candy, I would say this is pretty sweet. Anybody? No? Did that not mix well? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe we'll just let it cook for a little bit.
That's it. God.
No, I'll stop.
I love this. This is this is one of those like, okay, I feel better. I feel confident going to. I mean, even with the season pass, like I feel more confident that they're not going to actually close.
Yeah, they're going to try to not have those free passes,
Right?
tickets set out.
Yeah, I love this. This is how you run a park.
I mean, it's still a win because you still get those people to come back again.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it still adds to your per cap experience of people coming in the front gate because they're going to come back. They're going to buy stuff. They're going to buy food. They might buy souvenirs, you know. I mean, because if it's miserably cold to the point where they're shutting down rides, it's like you're not buying a lot there anyway. You're bundled up trying to stay not miserable in the park.
Could be selling a lot of hot chocolate.
Yeah, there might be a lot of hot chocolate sales. Depends on how good it is, though. I would assuming coming from Hershey's, it's probably pretty good.
It better be.
It's
It better be, right?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get it from Nestle.
That's funny.
No, that's Kit Kat. It's still such a weird thing that Kit Kats are Nestle outside of the U.S. Ocean City, New Jersey, is set to vote on Wonderland Pier property again. This is weird.
I thought this was done.
Nope, apparently not. So somebody owns it that wants to do the resort hotel thing. But here's the thing that kind of gets me is they're like making this big deal. Like, okay, well, there's 4 businesses that aren't reopening, possibly 5. How does it like? It's because the amusement park went away. Like, I'm not sure that a hotel resort there is going to improve business traffic per se. You know, it's
yeah,
like
it seems like they have to work together in this scenario.
Right, and like that's the thing. It's like they're trying. It seems like they're trying to like twist this as like, oh, well, we have to build something now because we're going to, we need something there to keep the businesses alive. But they're kind of ignoring that depending on what you're put there is going to have a major impact on whether those businesses survive or not. It's like you kind of you still have Playland on this boardwalk, but you eventually kind of start turning this into like an Outer Banks situation where you just go for the beach and you don't really go for shopping so much. Like the purpose of that boardwalk changes. Like in the Outer Banks, there's a boardwalk. There's not businesses on it. It's, it's for experiencing the beach, So like if you put a hotel up, like, I don't know, it just doesn't, I think there's a lot more to this than they're kind of putting out there. But right now it remains zoned as an amusement park, and they said that's never going to happen. But who says? Maybe somebody will want to buy it. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just the way people are talking on this is just, it's very, it kind of seems manipulative in a way. I don't like, if you have a souvenir shop or, you're selling candy or something like that, you have an arcade, like those are things that go together with an amusement park. It's not like you're staying in a resort, which is probably going to have their own amenities, their own shops in the resort.
Right.
You're not going to come out onto the boardwalk to buy candy. I don't see how that, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but they're going to vote on whether to send it back to the Planning Commission and then investigate rezoning.
And it's like there's already a bunch of hotels in the area. I mean, the area just doesn't seem right to say like, oh, the hotel is going to be the main draw.
Well,
like the hotel
right.
is going to bring all the people in.
When it's going to. The other big thing a lot of people pointed out is like the parking. Like,
yeah, parking.
When I went to Playland, oh my God, like it was like hell. I'm like, where? I didn't know where to park. I'm like driving around town, and like I parked blocks away on street parking. Like it's pretty much all street parking, and this is just for people that are going to like the Playland area of the boardwalk.
Yeah.
I then was genuinely like, where are they going to park? I don't know. It's. I mean,
same
really
same problem I used to have at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. It was, there was a parking lot close to the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, but then once it was a busy day, it's like, oh, all that stuff was full up. Mm-hmm. And you have to go, like you said, city street parking, and if you can walk 20 minutes and get to the boardwalk, you're doing good.
Yeah.
Well, at least in the area where Playland is, there isn't parking lots. It's all street parking. Like, that's it. That's all that area has. Now, maybe down further there might be, but like, because that's what I started out. I'm like driving around looking for a parking lot. There's no parking lots. It's like, it's all street
Coney
parking.
Island parks are like that too. There's no great parking around there. You have to go forever to find anything for a parking place. And I haven't been to this area where this park was, but based on that experience, I think there's all kinds of places along that boardwalk that if you didn't have Luna Park there and you didn't have the Wonder Wheel Park, they wouldn't be there either. Like, you're going about like there's a Nathan's hot dog shop. I think it might even be the original one.
Yeah, I think it is.
But I don't think it would be there without the parks, even if you put a hotel in there. Because like you say, the hotel's going to have their own stuff, for shops and food and whatnot in it. And it wouldn't improve things. Right. It wouldn't make it better. It wouldn't attract people.
Yeah, I mean, well, the hotel would attract people, but I don't think it would get them onto the boardwalk.
Yeah. No, you're right. They'd be going for the beach, and that's it.
They'd cross the boardwalk onto the beach, and that's end of story.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly it. Well, hopefully they make the right decisions there. God, 2026. There's so much of like. Is there what? I don't even think we know what to expect out of anything in 2026. Like it feels like everything. Knoebels is about the only thing stable right now. Maybe
Knoebels.
Waldemar, but we don't even know what
Waldemar,
Waldemar's doing. They're building stuff. We know that, but we don't know what they're building. We don't really know what's going on there.
But
it's good, but
land there, you know.
yeah. Whatever's going on there is good, but like, just like really, like, what is going to happen in 2026? Like the big things, you know. What's going to happen with Verbolten?
Nobody knows.
I saw a little meme or something that was out there that said, they're like, we're not moving forward until I see the terms and conditions for 2026.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Not that anyone would read it, but.
No.
I've just been doing a Silicon Valley rewatch again, and like, that just all is jumping into my mind, the terms and conditions. All the AI stuff that's coming our way. Oh my God. I don't think I'm looking forward to 2026. Verbolten, though, it is 2026. It's going to be Verbolten, Forbidden Turn. And I guess that's all we know. And I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I also feel like we may have talked about this on the show, but I don't know for sure. So if we were repeating this, deal with it. Humor me. I'm getting old. I'm allowed to repeat myself. But yeah, they have announced that Verbolten will continue operating through January 4th, 2026. Beginning January 5th, it will be closed as the park prepares to transform. Wait. Are they?
What?
Is Busch Gardens year-round again?
I don't know about year-round, but they go that far at least, apparently.
I thought they were closing it like January 2nd or 3rd or something. I don't know. That just kind of took me off guard. Anyway, it will be closed as the park prepares to transform their attraction into Verbolten, Forbidden Turn. Fairy tales fade fast in the Black Forest, promising charm and folklore at every fork in the road. On this reimagined Autobahn adventure, one wrong turn could be your very last. And there's some imagery.
Lots of computer generated stuff.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Okay, they're essentially year-round again. I just brought up the calendar. They closed down for 3 weeks in January. And then they're back open on the 30th. The weekends.
Wow.
Yep. They start their Mardi Gras stuff on January 30th, those weekends.
Because when I think of Mardi Gras, I think of January.
Right.
I really like Verbolten's, like the way Verbolten was, but like with everything that has kind of fallen apart with it, I think I would rather see them just put things back the way they were. But maybe this is their way of like, oh, well, some of those parts we can't get, you know. Yeah. This is we want to make it better like it used to be, but we can't really make it exactly that way, so let's change it a little bit. Or
it could be a marketing play.
It could be. And this is my favorite ride at BGW. So it's very important that they execute this well.
I definitely think it's one of those things. They're like, oh yeah, look, we could redo the story just a little bit and give the ride a whole new facelift. get new people interested in it, maybe, but how much are they really going to do? You know?
Well, that's going to be the thing. And from what Greg says about Wolf's Revenge, they did a lot of theming in that. Maybe they will pull it off.
I was really surprised because, well, it's set up so that like you're going to a beer garden or something, something like that, in a German style place where pub version of it. And the station is heavily themed. As you're going through the track, you do the bit through the village and you have near miss with the buildings and stuff, and you're flying over some buildings and through holes in buildings. And there's a area where you actually fly over an outdoor beer garden where they got picnic tables set up with half-filled beer steins sitting on the tables.
So it does everything that we wanted Raptero to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's surprising how much theming they put into this family ride. And the ride itself is fun. It's a family ride. It's not going to be top thrills or anything like that, but it's got nice little twists and turns and occasional pops in it, that will be, especially for, budding coaster enthusiasts, that'll be a good transitional ride for them. Smooth ride. Really cool red light up eyeballs on the wolf head at the front of the train. All the theming that should have been on Pantheon.
Up is down, left is right. I don't know what's going on. Busch Gardens is actually theming stuff.
It's just, who knows? But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'd like to try it again when it's warm because it was cold. It didn't run all day before the temperatures dropped.
Almost making me want to go back to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
Yeah. Just bring your own food and sneak it in.
Wait until you hear the price of magnets out there. That'll probably
then you won't want to go. No, I didn't price any magnets. I can't help you there. I don't know what they were.
We didn't mention this last time, but Greg actually was looking for the Disney magnets, and he actually found that you could get the custom photo magnets from Disney for less than the generic ones at Cedar Point that I was talking about. So
fun.
But like he said, Disney doesn't really sell magnets that much, like the traditional, generic magnets.
But like otherwise.
The photo ones, like that, those are usually stupid expensive, and they're actually cheaper than a regular magnet at a Cedar Fair park right now, or Six Flags, whatever the hell they are.
We know what you mean. We understand.
That one place with the rides,
right? And this. This is SeaWorld Orlando has responded to the Coaster Riders duck lawsuit, and among other things,
be a way to have fun with it. Call it a duck suit. Yeah, this lady in her duck suit.
One of the responses. This matter does not and has never involved a duck, the motion states. Accordingly, Martin's allegations that she encountered a duck while experiencing SeaWorld's Mako coaster are no longer true or factual, nor are such allegations actionable against SeaWorld. Because it was a... Wait, what was it? An egret?
I think that's what you said earlier.
Yeah, wild migratory snowy egret, not a duck. Therefore, she was not making factual statements.
Potato.
Yeah.
Something with wings.
Hey, she's lucky those egret beaks are sharp. She could have got skewered. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. It's like a Fabio thing all over again.
Yeah, really.
Uh-huh.
But SeaWorld Orlando did go on to say that Florida law simply does not create legal responsibility for a wild animal's actions unless the premises owner has brought the wild animal into its possession, harbored the animal, or actually introduced the animal to the locality. So, yeah.
He's SOL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I this is one of those things where I don't know. I think in these scenarios, I think the park just kind of a like, hey, we're not taking responsibility, but a show of good faith. Like, we're going to cover your medical bills. But like,
which is nice.
Like, exactly. I think that's what, like, I think they should do that, but like, they're not legally liable.
No.
They're not.
Point 16 in the same article down there, the little where they're listing out stuff. 16 says the plaintiff's complaint attempts to turn general risk into specific foreseeability without the legal ability to do so.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, that's a very legal sentence right there, but it's like, yeah, that's exactly it. It's like, okay, so what happens? Like, someone's riding on a roller coaster and gets stung by a bee, has allergic reaction, and they're like, well, the park's liable because bee was on their property.
Right,
it's
yeah.
like, that's dumb. You can't do that. Like, it's just not. And then, yeah, like, apply it to where do you want to stop? Like, we were going to visit the park, but I got in a car accident on the way. But since I was going to visit the park,
yeah.
that means your park is held responsible for my car accident. It's like, no, let's not go down this path.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, doesn't look like she's getting anything. So I'm kind of happy about that response, honestly. And last but not least, this is important news.
Very important. The good news. Good stuff.
Lagoon has changed their toddler policy for 2026. Anyone under 24 months gets to ride for free.
That's right.
And the good news is...
major roller
Does that override height requirements, too?
Cannibal, like all this stuff.
That's it.
We're going to do all that stuff.
The good news is this also includes fright mares for toddlers.
So
I assume that's
parent-
their haunted houses, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Take your 2-year-old in a haunted house. No, forget I said that, because somebody's going to be like, oh, Bob said I could take him.
Will. Bob said so.
You got to start them young.
Yeah. A child who turns 25 months during the 2026 season will require a season or single day passport for entry.
Which is rough. I mean, honestly.
Wait, so if if you're 24 months in June, you can't do this at all for 2026. Is that what they're saying?
I interpret the thing just to mean like, hey, once you turn 2 years old, you need a pass. That's what I interpret that as. Maybe I'm not thinking about it right.
It's worded weird.
I'm sure, well, it's not their legal wording, I'm sure, here. But yeah, my hope would be that you could still take them in for free until they hit their 25th month. And then you either have to buy tickets or passes.
Yeah, that's what I would hope. But just the way they worded this, it sounds like if they're turning 25 months during the 2026 season, they'll require a season or single day passport.
Yeah, I guess so. My kids are growing up. Disney, because we go to Disneyland all the time. Disneyland let them in until they were 4 years old with no pass.
That's because they're making so much money off of you.
Absolutely. But I'm like, if Disney can do that,
right?
It's like, come on, some other parks, come on.
Yeah.
Like, also, how are they going to enforce this? I mean, at what age does your kid get a photo ID? Kid looks like it's 25 months old. It's like, nope, 23 and a half. It's like, I don't know. That looks like 25. Go stand up next to the line over there. Like, how are you going to enforce this, really? It's an on your honor system anyway. It's
Well,
like, okay,
you have to bring the birth certificate, probably.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what you had to do with Cedar Fair. Like, if you got a season pass, you could get the pre-K pass, but you had to bring their birth certificate.
Yeah. And that's just, I don't want to bring legal documentation with me. Come on.
Right. Knoebels does it best. Kids that are up to 150 years old get in for free.
That's right.
That's awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do when I turn 151 and have to go, though. It's like,
Yeah.
what's the cost of admission at that point? Like,
It's probably $5.
And they give you $5 in ride tickets.
That's it.
For Phoenix Fall Fun Fest. $5.
That's right.
And then they give you $5 in ride tickets. I love
the last
Knoebels.
thing you'll ever do. 151 years, and so what happened? Rode the roller coaster. How'd that way? Well, the top half of the body went that way. The lower half went that way. And then there was a spine injury? No, I told you. The top half went that way. The bottom half went that way. We needed a mop afterwards.
Thanks for listening to Side Friction Podcast. We release new episodes every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving us a review on the platform you are listening to.
Visit our website at sidefriction.com to find show notes and other information, as well as links to other locations where you can find us.
Follow us on Mastodon, sidefriction at worldkey.io, or follow me at RagingWolfBob at opencoaster.net.
Check out my channel on YouTube at Ryan the Ride Mechanic.
We hope you'll join us next week and stay on track with Side Friction Podcast.